Hello friends, so today we will discuss flow through pipe, and first of all that is also called as Hagen-Poiseuille flow. So first of all we should know the Reynolds number. As you can see, the Reynolds number is ratio of inertia force to viscous force, and which is equal to rho VL by mu, where V is average velocity, L is characteristic length, mu is viscosity, which is dynamic viscosity, and which is obtained by L is equal to 4 into area of wetted perimeter, right? Now the for pipe, you can get the value of L, which is equal to pi by 4 d square upon you can see upon the area, right? So pi by 4 d square upon pi by 4 d square, so we'll get is equal to rho vd by mu, right? Now in the next case we will study. So here we'll consider fully developed flow in which the velocity varies only with the direction of flow, not with the direction of flow, only with the orthogonal direction of the flow. So you can see in this diagram, the velocity is not varying with x, it is varying with y only. That is called as fully developed flow, and flow will be lambda only when Reynolds number is less than 2300, and for 4000 above it is you can say turbulent flow, and between 2300 and 4000 it will be transition flow. Now if you want to obtain the shear stress profile in case of laminar flow through pipe, so I am giving you an example. We are taking a pipe in which we are considering a small element, and we are making feedback diagram of it. We are taking a cylindrical element. We can see the pressure in the left direction is P, in the right at the distance Tx it will be P plus del P of del x dx according to Taylor's equation, right? Now the radius of the pipe is capital R. So from Newton's law of motion we can see that the equation can be written as F naught is equal to mass into acceleration, but in this case the acceleration is 0 because the pipe is of uniform diameter. So the velocity will be constant only, right? Now by taking all these things together, we will write the equation. So P into pi square the force in the left direction, and in its opposite direction the force is minus P plus del P of del x dx into pi r square, right? And the shear stress is also there, which is tau into 2 pi r dx, right? So on the multiplication of this we'll get the equation. By solving this equation we are getting tau is equal to minus del P of del x r by 2. So we can see the shear stress profile is linear, right? The pressure del P of del x is pressure gradient, and which is always negative in the direction of flow because pressure decreases to overcome friction, right? So it will be positive only. Now if you want to get the velocity distribution, so suppose at radius small r, or you can say at distance y, from the center axis we take stress which is equal to tau is equal to minus del P of del x r by 2, right? As well as for the fixed place it will be tau is equal to mu du of dy, right? On equating both equation 1 and 2 we will get we can also see one thing that small r plus y is equal to capital R. On differentiating that we'll get dy is equal to minus dr. We will use that in this equation and we will try to solve it. And when we try to solve and integrate the velocity profile, we'll get the velocity profile as a parabolic function, and you can see the r small radius, and it is mathematical parabolic equation. Now putting the boundary condition u is equal to 0 at radius capital R, and u will be maximum at the center because at center line no resistance is there. So by this we'll get the constant value c. We'll put that value in the equation and we'll get the u is equal to something minus 1 by 4 mu del P of del x capital R square 1 minus r square upon r square. And then second boundary condition will also get the value of u maximum, which is equal to 1 minus 1 by 4 mu del P of del x capital R square. And finally we get the equation u is equal to u max 1 minus small r square by capital R square, where the u max is equal to minus 1 by 4 mu del P of del x capital R square where U is equal to local velocity, U maximum is equal to velocity at the center. Now suppose we want to get the discharge. So discharge is equal to area into velocity. Now again at the small r radius, we if multiply the local velocity with the area, and area is we are taking a ring. So 2 pi r dr into velocity profile U is equal to U maximum minus R square upon capital R square. We'll get the discharge, and discharge will be equal to pi U maximum capital R square by 2. Now suppose we want to obtain the average velocity. So average velocity is equal to discharge upon area. Already we have obtained discharge. Now dividing by that the area of cross section, will get a relation that average velocity is half of the maximum velocity. Thank you very much for watching me.